Now that we have the frame listener implemented, we can make changes every frame, such as updating the animation on our character. So let's go in and do that. The way we control animations on our character is with the help of animation states. This animation state can then be updated in either the frame started or the frame ended function of our frame listener. I'm going to go ahead and do that in the frame started function. So let's go in and implement that. We first need to make the variable for it, and a good place to make it is out here where we can make it global so that the listener can access it as well as the application too. So let's go in and make it up here. So we'll just type in animation state, and I'm just going to call that variable AS. So that's all that's there to it. Now let's go ahead and set up the animation state in the create scene. We'll go down here to after the node was made. Let's type in AS is equal to ent1 get animation state. It's right there, get animation state. And now remember that name that we specified in XSI when we exported it? That's how we can set up the animation state. We called it walk, so we'll call this one walk as well. It's that simple. This animation state now has the mode of walk in it. All we need to do now is to set it to loop so the guy's always walking. So do AS indirectional operator set loop, and we'll set it to true. Just put in the boolean true, and we'll also have it enabled so it can start right off the bat. So set enabled true as well. Now we have that. Now, like I said before, just having the animation state in here is not going to do anything unless we make sure that it gets updated in the frame started of the frame listener. So let's go ahead and do that. I'll go right below here and type in AS, so we're getting access to the animation state here, and we're going to go ahead and update it. It should have something in here. Let's see, go down the list. So we can just set let's see. Oh, there it is, add time. That's all that's there to it. AS add time. And now, how much time do we need to put in here? Well, luckily for us, the frame update can provide us with that necessary time. So just type in EVT, which is the event that we got here. We'll do EVT dot time since last frame. That's what we need to put in. Let's go ahead and play this out. And it's going to go ahead and compile it for us. Click OK to run that. And we'll be able to see this going. Now you can see our character is walking. I can actually use the WASD keys to move my camera around. And there we go. Our character is walking. He's animated, looping with that particular walk cycle. So that's rather nice, rather neat. But let's go in and get rid of this white shader on him. We'll do it right now, actually. So let's go ahead and set that up. It's a very cool system. The materials can actually be defined outside of the program itself. So we can actually go over to our basic app folder, into the media, into the materials here, and we can just go into the scripts and make a new material for our character. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to right click here and do new txt file. It's getting clipped off, so I'll do it from this menu instead. And now let's go ahead and give it a name. I'm going to call it lowres.material.txt. I'm just going to call it txt for now, just so I can open this in Notepad. I'm going to bring Notepad up in here, and I'm going to later get rid of the .txt. But this is just a good way of editing it, just initially. So let's type in material, and now we need to make sure that the material has a unique name. I'm just going to go ahead and call this low-res mat. So just remember, this is how we're going to refer it by, and then we'll just open and close curly brackets. Now we can just define the material in here. So we'll just define it with a technique. So type in technique, go down to the next line. And a better way to probably set this up would be through some nice text editor. But I'm just going to go ahead and just set this up real quick. After the technique, we need to give it a pass. And in the pass, here's where we can define how it's going to be set up. So if you want to do the constant shading deal, just set lighting off. It's that simple. Let's go ahead and turn on depth check. So set depth check to on. And now we can specify what texture we want it to use. So we'll type in texture underscore unit and go down here, open and close curly brackets. And now in the texture unit, we can set the texture, so it'll be texture, and now we'll put in the name of the texture map. Let's go ahead and copy that from our XSI project. I'll go ahead and take a couple of moments to bring up the directory, so I'll be back once that's done. And here's the directory. We're going to go ahead and copy the game man color map, so I'm going to press Ctrl C to copy it. I'll close that out. Now that we have it copied, we can go to our scripts folder here, go up a level into the textures, and here's where all the images are, so we can just paste it right in here. So our game man color map is here. Let's hit F2 and copy the name and then paste it right here. So that's how we can use that particular texture. Let's save this, Control S, and let's close this out. Let's go up a level back into the scripts and let's find our txt file. I'm going to rename this back to material, or to material rather, so lowres.material. And it says, do you want to change it? Just say yes. And now we can just set the material on our surface. So we can do that by going back to our create scene code. We'll go to the entity. Let's set the new material. ent1 set material name, and don't name it the lowres.material. We need to name it the lowres mat. So lowres mat. So it's not the name of the material file itself that matters, but the name that we specify inside of the file itself. So we've got that going. Let's save it and play it. And it's going to build it. Now actually a really good way of that Ogre is set up is we don't need to keep building the solution from the window over and over again. We can actually go ahead and run it from the project folder, the executable file. And now we can see our character has the texture on him. So that's how easy it is to do. This is a very good system, so if you want to change the texture, you don't need to recompile the program since it's already using that material name. You can run it externally, make all the tweaks in that in the .material file using your favorite text editor, and you're good to go. So now we're at the point where we have our guy constant shaded in here. In the next few lessons, we're going to go in and tweak him up so he can start using all those cool shaders that we've been going over.